Hey everyone, welcome back to ArtOfAbhi. In today's video, we are going to create this procedural welding effect using geometry nodes in Blender. No sculpting, no texture painting, just pure node magic. You will learn how to automatically generate weld seams between two objects, control the weld thickness and even animate the welding process, all non-destructively and fully procedural. Perfect for VFX shot, robotic assembly animation, or just adding that extra detail to your hard surface model. And hey, if your Blender layout looks a little different from mine, don't worry. You can grab my free custom default setup file from Gumroad, link is in the description. So without wasting any time, let's jump straight into Blender and start building this awesome procedural weld effect using geometry nodes. So first, delete the default cube and press Shift A, go to Mesh and add a cylinder. Expand the cylinder properties and set the vertices to 64. Then press S plus Z to scale it on Z axis to about this size. Also right click and choose Set Mode. Next press Tab to enter the edit mode and I am going to quickly model it into a fire hydrant shape. Enjoy the small modeling time lapse. Now that we are done with this simple modeling, select the top part of the fire hydrant and press Shift D to duplicate it. Then press P to make it a separate object. Move this duplicated object here, then go to the edit mode, select the bottom edges and press Shift S to choose origin to selection. Also press Alt D to link duplicate this object a few times. For the fire hydrant, we need 4 of them. Place all the small parts around this big cylinder to complete the fire hydrants. Then select this face and press Ctrl plus to expand the selection. Then press Ctrl X to dissolve it. Next rename all the objects to organize the scene properly. Now that modeling is complete, we need an object to apply the geometry nodes. For that, press Shift A, go to Mesh and add a plane. Next, go to the geometry nodes editor panel, click on New and rename it as Procedural Weld. First, delete the group input node, then go to the outliner, drag the main cylinder into the GeoNode panel. Also, pin the node group so it's easier to select and drag objects in. Now, enable cavity and outliner for better visibility. Drag and drop one of the small cylinder into the GeoNode panel. Arrange the nodes properly and change the original to relay to for both object info nodes. Now press Shift A, search for Boolean and add a mesh Boolean node. Connect both the nodes to the mesh socket of the Boolean node. Change the operation from different to union and the float method to exact. Next, add a mesh to curve node. Connect the mesh to mesh and intersection edges to selection. Then add a resample curve node. Connect it to the curve socket and connect that to the group output. Now increase the count of the resample curve node. Then add a point to volume node. Increase the point count and adjust the density and voxel amount as needed. Add a random value node. Connect it to radius. Tweak the max value. Also increase the count if required. Next, we need to convert the volume to mesh by using volume to mesh node. To smooth the mesh, add a set smooth node. To apply a material, add a set material node. Now go to the material tab, create a new material, name it as weld and select that material in the set material node. As you can see, the weld marks are currently too big. Adjust the max value on the random node and tweak the voxel amount to scale them down. Now, if you select and move the small cylinder, the weld will automatically adjust based on its position. Next, to control the weld directly from the modifiers tab, simply add a group input node and connect the new socket to object 1 and object 2. You will notice they show up in the modifiers panel automatically. If you have more objects, duplicate the object info node and connect the new socket for each. Do the same for the other controls. Duplicate group input node and connect to count. Connect the new sockets to max random value, density and a voxel amount. Add another group input node for the material so you can change it directly from the modifier. Super handy, right? And that's our complete node setup. Now, if you want to connect more objects, just add another object info node and connect its geometry to Boolean mesh socket. But here's the issue. When I tried this, Blender was stuck. Maybe it's performance issue, but it didn't happen with the earlier final file. So let's try another approach. Delete those extra object info node, tidy up the layout, then select all the nodes, press Ctrl C to copy all the nodes. Now in the outliner, select the weld geo node, press Shift D to duplicate it and rename it. Duplicate it few more times to make 4 copies. Then unpin the current node group, press on the cross to remove it and create a new group. Delete everything inside and paste the copy node with Ctrl V. Reconnect input to their respective values. Back in the modifiers tab, remove the previous object 1 and object 2 and then select the main cylinder and one of the another small cylinder. Now, as you can see, the Blender is no laggy or freezing and it works perfectly. If this process seems like a lot, here's an even simpler version. Select all the nodes and press M to move into a new group. Name it as weld GeoNode plane. To connect the next small cylinder, select the duplicated GeoNode plane, go to the GeoNode panel, click on this number icon to make it a separate node group. Rename it to match the new plane and update object 1 and object 2 in the modifiers. Also do the same with the last small cube, click on the number icon, rename it assignment cylinder and the last small cube. And that's it, this is your final procedural weld node setup. The lag issue is solved and you can now move any small cylinder without freezing. Now in the final render, I have quickly added a plane and some extra prop to set up the scene like this. I have also added an empty sphere and a camera, framed the scene and parented the camera to the empty. Now when I rotate the empty, the camera rotates with it. Now move to the compositing panel. Here's the final compositing node setup, and also in this version I have added a multiple object info node inside one group. As you can see, the final modifier tab shows 5 object input and everything else stays the same. In the shader editor, for the weld marks I am using a procedural corroded metal node setup. For the wall lighting I am using a simple cloudy sky SDRI setup. And finally I have also added a spotlight with this light configuration. Now press 0 to jump into the camera view, enable render view, set the compositor to camera, and you will get the real-time preview for the final result. And this is how the scene looks without compositing, and this is with the compositing. And that's it, you have now created a fully procedural welding effect in Blender using geometry nodes. Flexible, customizable, and perfect for high quality VFX or hard surface modeling details. Also, if you did like to explore and learn this scene in more detail, you can get this project file from my Gumroad page, link in description. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Follow ArtOfAbhi for more.